Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing, I actually wind up doing a review, and I don't know what happened throughout the day, but I wind up erasing it. And this weird confusion, I wound up putting out my B&B review twice. So halfway through, like when I was sitting there reading the comments and stuff like that, you know, a couple of my subscribers was like, this is the wrong one. This isn't the Days of Our Lives review. So I was like, and partly I was like, I generally don't like sitting there trying to do a review twice because I like to be spontaneous. But at the same time, I still remember the episode, and luckily I still kept my notes. So, okay. What do we got first? Jan Spears, because at this point, why not? I haven't been watching this show that long, but I'm already tired of seeing Jan Spears just pop up every 6 months or every year or so to cause up trouble. I mean, listen, I like having somebody that come in there and causes trouble and stirs the pot and everything like that, but why are we just using the same villains over and over again? That's just extremely lazy. And the sad thing is that I feel like what's going to wind up happening is that when they stop her this time, she's going to be in another coma. And I don't understand who actually thought that was a good idea. Why are they still doing it? I mean, does the fans actually like. Do y'all actually like Jan Spears as a villain? I don't think she's a good villain, but okay, sure, whatever. Um, but you can't actually like the fact that she just keeps coming, back like every 6 months, every 2 years or so. I mean, this is just like, I'm assuming. And if I'm wrong, and you like her coming back, please tell me why. Also, another thing that just kind of pisses me off about this character is that this chick is actually pretty. She is gorgeous. Okay? I don't understand why is she so obsessed with one man. Oh my god, that is annoying. I, Throughout this episode, I just had to throw my pen a couple of times. Like, this is annoying. Like, I just didn't even want to sit there and start writing notes for her. I mean, she's talking to the devil, and her big plan. Well, Marlena's big plan is to, um, cause Sean and Bella pain, and they're gonna do it by having, um, Sean, break his vows by sleeping with Jan Spears. And so they send him a text. Sean comes over, and when Sean opens the door, he sees Bella. Because why not at this point? And, honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't even want to sit there and even talk about it anymore because I feel like I'm going to be a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer, whatever you want to call it. I'm just over Jan Spears for just a number of different reasons. And every time she talks, it's just. Ugh. So Johnny, Chanel brings the family together, Paulina, EJ, and Sammy, and tells everyone that they got married. And everyone just kind of stands there like, the hell? And after a while, Johnny was like, so is anyone going to sit there and congratulate us? I'm like, Johnny, you can't be this stupid, right? Like, you literally cannot be this dumb. You literally just spring this on your parents and her mom that y'all just got a quickie marriage and you're waiting to be showered with praise and admiration and congratulations? So, EJ's against this, and EJ pretty much calls Chanel gold digger. Um, Pauline doesn't like that, so, she starts clapping back at Johnny, and this whole thing just gets back and forth, and Johnny actually says something smart. I mean, throughout this entire scene, it's just been nothing but stupidity. But Johnny's like, you're not exactly the picture perfect of marriage. Growing up with you two, I'm surprised that I even want to consider marriage. I'm like, you know what? That's the first intelligent thing that this man has said throughout this episode. Could we could we congratulate him for that? Um. So anyway, they walk out. Paulina has some words of wisdom, I guess, like just be easy on them. You don't want to sit there and lose your son. You know, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to sit there and kind of calm things down, and hopefully they can be gracious enough to let me be a part of their lives, pretty much. Um, and then EJ decides for some odd reason that he wants Samantha back. I'm gonna call him Samantha because that's what he calls her. Because Sammy's like, I want the papers, give me the papers so I can rip them up, and now he's like, I don't want to divorce anymore. So I guess Nicole's gonna be back to I don't know, going around behind Ava's back, and Rafe, being the dirtbag that he is going to sit there and go behind Ava's back because why not? And I really hope that Ava is plotting revenge, because if she's just going to allow this type of nonsense to continue, I feel like I'm going to lose respect for the character. And I don't want to do that because it's weird. I don't want to sit there and say I like this character because of what she did with Steve, but I don't know. I think if they didn't do that, I would have an easier time with liking Ava. But it's hard for me to sit there and like someone that did what they did to Steve. You know? You look at One Life to Live, you look at a character named Todd Manning, and what he did. And I'm like, it's hard for me to sit there and root for the character. And I know I've said that I like the character. At the same time, like, knowing what he did, and that's R.A. blah 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 blah. It's kind of hard for me to root for the character. Um, taking not with that being said, I still don't think that she deserves to be lied to and cheated on by Rafe and Nicole, but that's what they're doing because why not? Now EJ threatened to cut him off, as far as money, and it's just like, all right, you need to find a new way to sit there and punish him, because cutting him off, it seems like that's not working anymore. So I don't know exactly what you're gonna do, but it doesn't seem like it's a viable option anymore. So you need to kind of up your game. Lucas actually kidnapped Sammy. I don't know what he sees in this woman, but he kidnapped her, and he's talking to Philip, and Kate walks in, and now it's another person that knows. But he's gonna keep quiet, and it was actually a nice scene between Philip and Lucas, just kind of bonding and stuff like that. Now Lucas leaves because he gets called by Rafe, and Rafe, well, he comes to the station. He talks to Bella, and Bella's like, "Yeah, we called you about Sammy's kidnapping because Ray found one of the guys that he hired, that he knew when he was in prison. Um, he got one of the guys, and he's bringing him back to Salem to sit there and ask some questions. And at this point, I'm like, bro, you risked jail time to try to be with a woman who would rather be with a man who's emotionally abusive to her, and somehow you risk jail time for this woman. You risk jail time for Sammy Brady." Okay. Alright. That in his head, that makes sense. Kate goes downstairs to distract Roman, and Philip sneaks out, and Kate and Roman has a moment, so that's nice. I gotta sit there and say, Philip is a character that in the beginning I didn't really like. I called him a man child, and somehow they actually made me root for this guy. But what I did like about the scenes, especially with him and Lucas, is that he finally realized that he needs help. He needs therapy. They say treatment, but it's therapy, and that's what he needs. And I'm so glad that he actually recognized that. Um, because let's be honest, he was getting like way out of hand. I mean, cracking, pretty much taking a tire iron to Brady's skull and injecting him with alcohol. One of those two or both of those could have killed them because you thought that Chloe was messing around behind your back. Yeah, you definitely need therapy. So, yeah. I feel like that's about it for the most part. I feel like I probably forgot some stuff here or there because I wound up doing this twice because, like a jackass, for some odd reason, I wound up erasing the first video. I think because I didn't label it when I saved it and they were both like 13 minutes. And so I felt like I thought I erased my Bold and the Beautiful review because I was done with that one and just uploading the other, and for some odd reason that just didn't happen. So apologies for it coming out so late because that was actually the first video. No, that was the second video that I did before GH. So yeah. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to get ready to go. I want to thank everyone for watching. If I missed anything, please write it down in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video.